here I'm going to show you how to play We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's. So this song is all down strums, and it's kind of like different patterns of down strums, or different rhythms rather. So the first part of the verse, it's you go all the way through, down, down, then you just kind of do downs at the top of the chord. And what I mean by the top of the chord is just like the first 3 strings of the chord. Your first chord is an A chord, and I'll zoom in and show you the logistics of that in one moment, but for now I'm just going to play it and show you the strumming pattern. Alright, so on the A, whenever I'm fretting it, I can bring my thumb around and mute, which just means silence the string so it doesn't vibrate, right? So that my thumb's on that E string, so it sounds like that when I hit it, right? You're going to want to do that probably, unless you have really good control of this hand. So I go all the way through on the A, so. Now, if you don't have your thumb there muting the string, it's going to sound wrong if you accidentally hit that string. So, it's a helpful thing to learn, to use your thumb to start muting your strings if you haven't started doing it already. Alright, and that's, I mean, of course it's not going to apply to strings where you're actually strumming the E string. So on the chorus part, that's, the, they got the beat, where you're doing the faster chord changes. I know some of you aren't going to be doing these chord changes, so you can skip ahead if you want on this part. And I'm going to go back to how to exactly fret these in a little bit in the video. This is just for strumming pattern purposes. It's all going to be down strums, and the pattern's just a little bit, the rhythm's different. Down, 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 down. But it's going to be faster. And it just goes right back into the other part of the verse. Alright, so your A chord, you're just kind of cramming all, it can be 2 fingers or 3. I do 3. That's the typical way you're supposed to play it, but as long as you're holding these 3 strings down, you're good. 2nd fret of the 2nd string up, 2nd fret of the 3rd string up, 2nd fret of the 4th string up, right? So you just kind of cram it all in that little square there, and make sure you stay on your fingertips or you'll hit the other strings. And then you just bring your thumb around and gently place it on the string so it doesn't ring out. Don't push it down, because then you're going to create another note, right? Just gently lay it there to silence the string. Alright, that's your A chord. It sounds a little weird because I'm strumming it up there, but you get the idea. Alright, now on the D chord, you put your first finger on the 3rd string, your middle finger on the 1st string, sorry about that, 1st finger on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 1st string, and then your ring finger comes down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string there. And when you strum a D, you only strum the bottom 4. And just make sure that your ring finger is on its tip enough that it's not muting the strings around it. And on that, you can bring your thumb around to mute those 2 strings if you have the reach, really, and the comfortable. But I mean, personally, I don't really. I might mute the E. Alright, so that's your D chord. Then you go to G. Middle finger is on the 6th string. Your first finger is on, 6th string on the 3rd fret. Your first finger is going to be on the 5th string. And when I say 5th string, that's the 5th string from the bottom. right? On the second fret there, and then you bring your ring finger in and put that on the second string on the third fret, and your pinky on the first string, third fret. And again, make sure your fingertips are arched so you're not muting any strings, and you strum everything on this one. Right? Then after that, you're going to do an F. Still sounds good. You use your first finger to hold down the last two strings there, and then you bring your middle finger on the second fret of the third string, and then your ring finger on the third fret of the fourth string. Right? It almost looks like a C. And if it's hard for you to push down these two here, you can just push down one, like that one, and let your finger naturally mute that. Alright, that's your F, and it looks all weird and willy-nilly, but it's because I'm on my fingertips and trying not to mute the strings. And on that, you only strum those, so you can bring your thumb around to mute the other strings if you want or not. Now our next chord is a C chord, and on that one you're going to put your first finger on the first fret of the fifth string, then put your middle finger on the second fret of the third string there. And you're going to skip a string, and you're going to put your ring finger on the third fret of the fifth string. Alright? And that's what that looks like, a little diagonal shape. And just make sure you're on your fingertips. And you can bring your thumb around to mute that E string. Alright, that's all your chords. I'm going to run through the verse and the chorus real quick just to give you an idea what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna do it at a slower tempo so you can try to play it along with me. Alright? 1, 2, ready, A. Guitar solo part in this, and I'm going to walk you through that real quick. If you have no desire to play this, you can stop right here and just practice this at your own pace. Alright, so the bass is doing one thing, the guitar is doing another. You're in the same spot on both of your guitars, but you're still kind of different, okay? You're going to start on the 5th fret of the fat E string, and then you'll play that twice. Then you go to the 7th fret of the next string down, hit that twice, then go to the 5th fret of the next string down, then the 7th fret of that same string, and then the next string down, go to the 5th fret, then go 7th fret of the same string, then back down to the 5th fret of the same string, then the 7th fret of the string above that. So you walk down twice. It sounds like this. Kind of a natural movement there. You just kind of crawl up and crawl down, right? Like a spider walking up, walking down, alright? So here's the speed of the track. Right? Maybe even a little bit faster, but it's probably as fast as we'll end up going. Now you do that, I'm pretty sure it's twice. Because the bass has already started to do it. The bass does it like, the bass is doing this. While you're going. Then the next part, it just move your whole hand up. And it's the same pattern, you're just in a different place on the neck of the guitar. So you move up to the 7th fret of the E string, then the 9th fret of the A string, so same pattern, it's just in a different area. Then back to the A. That's it. It's a solo. Just practice that motion, and it will help you in many songs to come. Okay? They got the beat, they got the